What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Macabre'Gorium Lab's School of Boredom, showcase of things likely forgotten. My name is Mr. Bats, and I'll be your guide today as we explore lesson number 102, General Mills Monster Cereals. So let's begin by taking a look back. Look back to when it all began. 1964, General Mills was making two main cereals, Wheaties and Cheerios. However, General Mills wanted to make other cereals and expand as a company, so they tasked their creative team to develop something new using a process that was already being used to make other cereals. The creative team came up with a very new and unique cereal, Lucky Charms. The cereal was iconic in that it was the first to contain marshmallow pieces.
Hey guys, fun fact, the marshmallow bits are also called Marbits.
They also began sugar-coating the oat cereal parts of Lucky Charms. This process led to the cereal growing a lot in popularity. The General Mills marketing team noticed that the cereal's sales greatly improved if they changed the marshmallow shapes every now and then. This helps us to understand why nowadays cereal's marshmallow shapes are constantly changing.
Another groundbreaking addition was the ability to send away for cool prizes.
The toy prizes included in the cereal boxes included items ranging from anything between keychains, plastic figures, candy, piggy banks, water toys, toy cars, and so much more. But more on that later on. In 1971, following the success of Lucky Charms, General Mills had the brilliant idea to introduce the monster-themed cereal line, a line of whole-grain corn breakfast cereals based on historically famous monsters. As it begins, we see Count Chocula and FrankenBerry as friends, arguing over whose cereal is the most monstrously delicious. Someone or something would always interrupt their arguing and scare them.
For monstrous chocolate flavor.
Well, I got berry-flavored sweeties for monster strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
FrankenBerry.
Hi.
FrankenBerry.
Count Chocula.
So, we just learned that although they are monsters, they are easily frightened and could even be spooked by their own shadows. Count Chocula was introduced in March of 1971, along with FrankenBerry, but more on him in just a few minutes. Count Alfred Chocula, and yes, that is his official name, was the only chocolate-flavored cereal on the market at the time, paving the way for other cereals to use this option. The character himself was modeled after Count Dracula, obviously.
Who's that? Good morning.
Real Dracula.
For real?
A man named George Carn is responsible for drawing Count Chocula, while he was voiced by a voiceover actor named Larry Kinney.
And fun fact, I bet you didn't know that George Carn also drew the Trix Rabbit.
Mr. Larry Kinney used the infamous Transylvanian accent for the voice of Count Chocula. General Mills also came up with another winning cereal idea, FrankenBerry. It was introduced at the same time as Count Chocula and was the only strawberry-flavored cereal on the market at the time, also paving the way for competitors. They decided to model FrankenBerry after the infamous Frankenstein's monster, and was voiced by Bob McFadden.
Sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Bickle, I got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry.
For those who don't know, Boris Karloff is an iconic horror movie actor, most well known for his role in the movie Frankenstein back in 1931. Then in February of 1972, in an event that seemed to creep up on people from behind, it was found that FrankenBerry cereal was turning children's feces pink. This occurred in people due to an inability to break down the heavily dyed breakfast cereal. This diagnosis would later be referred to as Frankenberry stool, and that is official. This side effect occurred due to the cereal containing dyes red number 2 and red number 3.
When combined, these dyes are chemically known as amaranth.
Amaranth is a synthetic color named after the multicolored flowers. This dye cannot be broken down or absorbed by human beings. There was much research done by the FDA, or Food and Drug Administration, to determine whether or not the dye was actually harmful. Founded in 1906, the FDA is responsible for protecting and promoting public health. One of the many things the FDA is responsible for, and especially in the case of these cereals, is the supervision and regulation of food safety. There was also an independent test done by a Russian study that reported the dye was causing tumors in female rats. This research, in part, led to the removal of the dyes from the FDA's generally regarded as safe, or GRAS, list in 1976.
This action was also encouraged by the public and the possibility of it causing cancers.
And despite that, the FDA notes that 47 other countries on planet Earth, including Canada and the United Kingdom, still allow the use of red dye number 2. So if you're one of our friends overseas or up north, please check out your food labels before consuming. Anyway, getting back to the topic of the cereals, the cereal pieces were all originally made as small cylinders with a cross in the middle. In the updated versions, however, the monster cereals are character-shaped, kind of like the ghosts from Pac-Man. Then, as if these two cereals weren't great enough, General Mills once again introduced a new monster cereal. 1973 saw BooBerry cereal, which made up the third member of the original trio. Take a look.
BooBerry, my ghostly good blueberry-flavored cereal, BooBerry, is part of this complete breakfast.
Boo to you, BooBerry.
FrankenBerry's got strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Count Chocula's got chocolate marshmallows.
But I've got blueberry-flavored marshmallows.
FrankenBerry.
Count Chocula.
And BooBerry.
Now, General Mills was on a roll with introducing another first in the market, only this time it was blueberry flavored. And just like the other monster cereals in this lineup, it also had marshmallow pieces. I'm sensing a theme here. The BooBerry character found his voice with voice actor Paul Frees.
And we are just full of facts today. Another fun fact is that Paul Frees also voiced the Pillsbury Doughboy.
However, unlike Chocula and FrankenBerry, there was no specific monster to emulate, so Frees had some input on how BooBerry would sound. On the downside, BooBerry shared the same side effect as FrankenBerry, only in this particular case, it turned people's feces a green color. This was due to BooBerry being made with blue dye number 1. Not long after the success of Count Chocula, FrankenBerry, and BooBerry, General Mills attempted to introduce 2 new characters, but they were never quite as popular, and they were also ultimately discontinued after a pretty decent time on the shelves. One of those characters was Fruit Brute. He was introduced in 1974, but discontinued in 1982. The character for Fruit Brute was a silly werewolf wearing loudly colored overalls. He was created to scare FrankenBerry and Count Chocula. However, the cereal itself had lime-flavored marshmallows.
Delicious Fruit Brute has fruit-flavored marshmallows for the howling good taste of fruit.
Count Chocula's got chocolate marshmallows.
FrankenBerry's got strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Fruit Brute with a howling good taste of fruit.
Yet another first in the market for General Mills.
I guess General Mills was really innovative back then, with coming out with brand new cereals and in different flavors.
Fruit Brute is considered a cult classic, and one of the biggest fans of this particular cereal is none other than Quentin Tarantino. He has put the box for Fruit Brute in both of his popular movies, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. At least those are the ones we know of to date.
All of the monsters were childlike and kid-friendly, often arguing amongst themselves on which cereal had the better taste.
The last cereal made for the General Mills Monster Cereals line, although as of 2019 unofficially, was Fruity Yummy Mummy. He was introduced in 1987 to replace Fruit Brute, but he was discontinued in 1992. The Fruity Yummy Mummy was discovered by Count Chocula and FrankenBerry when they fell through the side of a pyramid while inexplicably exploring in Egypt. Fruity Yummy Mummy was wrapped in rainbow wrappings and had vanilla-flavored marshmallows that were referred to as Monster Mallows.
Makes your tummy go yummy. Monster Mellows in FrankenBerry, Count Chocula, and now new Fruity Yummy Mummy cereal, part of this complete breakfast. Makes your tummy go yummy.
Although General Mills never officially declared Fruity Yummy Mummy to be part of the Monster cereal collection, it is fondly remembered by many. Now, according to Terry Kirihara, Director of Research and Development for Big G, or General Mills, the Monster cereals were initially the same cereal shape, but each had its own distinct colors and flavors, along with color-matched marshmallow bits. The Monsters have been so missed that Betty Crocker released a FrankenBerry and a BooBerry fruit roll-up, while General Mills released Count Chocula cereal bars. They were both limited-time items. In 2010, FrankenBerry, BooBerry, and Count Chocula cereals were manufactured and sold only for a few months during the Halloween season, around September and October. The original trio of FrankenBerry, Count Chocula, and BooBerry are neither sold or produced officially at any other time in the year. However, you can only get Fruit Brute and Fruity Yummy Mummy when General Mills decides to do a limited edition run, and it's worth noting that this does not always take place during the Halloween season. We have found some places online you can buy them during the rest of the year, but I wouldn't count on them being exactly fresh or cheap. There has also been repackaging and design updates carried out for the Monster cereals over the years. Fruit Brute, which was brought back after 31 years, and Fruity Yummy Mummy, which was brought back after 21 years, were included with the original three. In 2013, General Mills enlisted the help of artists from DC or Detective Comics to create new designs for the Monsters in time for Halloween. The winning designs revealed on August 6th of that year consisted of a BooBerry design by Jim Lee, a Count Chocula design by Mr. Terry Dodson, and a FrankenBerry design by Dave Johnson. These new designs were only limited edition boxes and could prove very hard to find. With this relaunching, there were many changes, including the spelling of Fruit Brute, which changed from F-R-U-T-E instead of the original spelling F-R-U-I-T. Fruit Brute was also changed to multicolored frosted cherry-flavored cereal with marshmallows, and again it was ultimately discontinued in 2014. Fruity Yummy Mummy cereal changed to multicolored orange-flavored cereal with marshmallows, and again was also discontinued in 2014. This was the only time that all 5 cereals were on the shelf at the exact same time. In 2018, we did see more merchandise with the Monsters on them come out, like a board game and a puzzle. This led to some speculation that the cereals might be coming back year-round. This has not officially been confirmed by General Mills, but we can always hope. We here at Macabre'Gorium Labs School of Boredom hope you enjoyed this ghoulishly goofy look at these monstrously fun cereals from the past that will hopefully always find a way to come back and haunt your well-balanced breakfasts. Thank you for joining us. I've been your guide, Mr. Bats, and this has been School of Boredom Lesson Number 102, General Mills Monster Cereals. Please join us next time for Lesson Number 103. You never know what'll be hiding inside.
If you enjoyed our School of Boredom lesson, please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can see all of our new content as soon as it comes out.
Boo-boo-boo. Get up that day. Get up new.
It is my destiny to one day become Shogun.